Some people are calling this movie a army recruitment video. Sure, but you know what? I enjoyed it, but I still ain't joining the army. I can promise you that. Chase Lehocky here with the Blue Futon reviewing Valiant 1. Valiant 1? I'm an idiot. Anyway, what's about pretty small trends? It says it's based off a true story. I'm going to call a lot of bullshit on that one. Yes, there might be a helicopter crash somewhere, but the events leading up to what probably occurred, I don't believe. Anyway, helicopter crash from South Korea to North Korea. Now these Americans, as well as a IT specialist, need to get from North Korea to South Korea fast, because if they don't, they're going to get prisoners. They're prisoners. Period. End of subject. So did I like this film? I did. I thought it was a well-crafted, low-budget action movie. Like, you could compare this to, what was that Hemsworth movie? What's it called with Russell Crowe? Or you compare it to other one of these kind of, like, industrialized war movies. And I dug it. Yes, the acting, not bad. Yes, the scenarios could be a little bit better. But overall, I just had a fun time because, watching Camp Humphreys, which is someplace I kind of always wanted to go. It is an army base in South Korea. It's one of the newest ones, and it's very, very it's huge. It's one of the best bases in South Korea because you have everything there. Think about Ramstein in Germany, but the Asian one is Camp Humphreys. So just put it out there. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can Google it, what Camp Humphreys really is and the missions. But anyway, this is really about an IT army guy who's basically a chair force, but in the army, has to go out in the field and actually lead people younger ranked than him. And that's a very different structure with the army, where if you are higher ranked, even by one, you are in charge. You give the orders, period, end of subject. Doesn't matter if one's an IT person, one is, a security forces. I know it's not security forces in the army, but you know what I'm getting at. Different career fields, it doesn't matter. In the battlefield, rank outdoes your career field. And I did like that dynamic of these characters trying to get along and trying to figure out, will they survive with that. And even the IT guy in this movie, you're just like, yeah, he's also thinking, like, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Why do we have to listen to him? He's literally, like, he does what I do, and yet these other people know exactly what they're doing. And you just like that dynamic of, like, you know what? Maybe it's time to nut up or shut up with those scenarios. And of course, when you get to point A to point B to point C in this movie, you kind of have the conventional gunfight. You have the conventional, the guy that was a pussy is now going to be the badass to try to save other people's lives. You totally get those stereotypes in this movie. But I was okay with it because I think the message was right about, taking charge and how maybe you need to, man up. You need our woman up and just, I got to figure out how to get out of here alive. And there's people following me and there's people counting on me. So I need to, do my job. Things I did not like about this film was easily some of the songs during the battles. It turned to like a rap thing. And I'm just like, yeah, that kind of took me out of the movie, where I was like, song placement just wasn't the greatest overall. And while some, clearing out of rooms or going through houses, there was some very good gun movement and gun play, and I really did dig that. And also just looking at how North Korea has wood burning vehicles, and that's how they get from point A to point B. It's not gas, it's wood burning. And it proves that sometimes we have first world problems, we need to shut the fuck up. And also, with that, is the end of the movie. So they're in caves, right? And shit is going down. Pew, 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 pew. Well, a lot of North Koreans die, let's put it that way. And also, if these special forces are this Delta team, right, is saving these people, the way you're firing your gun and also the direction if you're trying to carry a litter out the person and you're literally firing over them and like underneath them or by their side, and you have the people that are carrying the litter, they're kind of in your line of sight shooting the gun. You want to be doing that. There was a lot of that at the very end of the movie where I'm just like, okay, I know you're trying to be hectic at the very end of the movie of trying to get people out in the helicopter to bring them to safety, but also at the same point, you don't want more injuries on the battlefield. Even though this isn't really a battlefield, it's a cave between South and North Korea. Think of that as the cartels coming from Mexico to the United States with their drugs and human trafficking. But I don't know why they do it in North and South Korea. Don't I have a clue. Anyway, Valiant one, I kind of dug it. I like these military movies, and I love how people are saying, oh, it's such a military industrial complex or armor recruiting video. Okay, and I don't care, then don't watch it. And if you really think it's an armor recruiting video, and you really fucking think a movie like this is going to like recruit people to the army, this is not no Top Gun. This is not no Top Gun Maverick. This is not no Lone Survivor. This is, and also you could say like, oh, but America does that. Well, you need to watch a lot of Chinese military movies, because holy shit, if you think our movies are propaganda or military propaganda, then check out the Chinese military movies, because holy buttholes. Anyway, though, Valiant ones, I had a fun time. I shut off my brain. I enjoyed the action on screen. Valiant 1, if I'm saying it correctly, will receive a 4 out of 5 with Futons, which equals that 80%. We'll see what the critics and user scores gave this one. Of course, we have the critics giving it a 31% with 16 of them. Audience score, 82% with over 50 no critic consensus. Shocker that the critics hate war movies or army movies. Ooh, pussies from LA and Boston and fucking Sanctuary City buttholes. 82, 80, 31. Chase Hawk here with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. When will this Futontopia, you Blue Futoners, think watch a great day. I'm about to stay tomorrow week from with for every single freaking one of you. And you're thinking, oh, well, why did you make it political at the end? Well, I just learned today a child rapist was detained in Massachusetts, and ICE had a retainer. You know what the cops in Massachusetts and the mayor of Boston did? Released him. You let a child fucking rapist out on the streets. You're a fucked. You're right. You're going to fucking hell, and I hope you get raped by 10,000 fucking American dildos. Those fucking big purple ones with the American Challenge. I hope you have 20 of them in your fucking butthole for letting out a child rapist, you fucks.